G'day friends and fans, and welcome back to Dave Talk Stuff. Today we are talking about delusional feminists who demand women stop being nice to the X-rays. Alright, so immediately it reminds me of 1984. Everybody knows Julia, Winston's main squeeze. Yes, and there she is, as soon as... Look at the bird. Oh, how authoritarian socialism. Oh, hell, insert. You all know, the great betrayal. But if you were mgtow, you would know it was coming, because Orwell told us. I personally believe Orwell, Plato, Aristotle, they told us. They were the great philosophers. As Orwell said, it's always the women, and above all, the young ones, who are the most bigoted adherents of the party, the swallowers of slogans, and the amateur spies and nosers out of unorthodoxy. And of course, a woman has actually gave us a interesting insight and perspective into why they do this. And it comes from a strong desire for purpose and a desire to help the vulnerable. It is a very strong feeling. And maternal instinct can often hit you without you realizing it. It is the easiest way to show people you care by advocating for causes such as Palestine. It's easy. If you are told often enough Israel is the oppressor, the women will believe it, and you cannot prove otherwise. The same with Iran. If you tell Iran they're revolutionaries fighting merely for their freedom, women will believe it, even though the evidence is quite there to the contrary. They will look at our society and go, well, we have outliers too. We have people who abuse power. We're not perfect. They will justify to the end of their life. Julia played the bit all the way to the end. Winston was Winston, of course, the broken man, who at the end fell back into his programming. But she was always the betrayer. Always in it for herself. Now we come to everyone's least favourite fascist, Imani fascist, who makes hate every day. 2 minutes of hate every day. By the way, this is actually the scene. 2 minutes of hate from 1984.
Every day for the past 30 years, you high-heeled pit bulls have blamed us for everything. From not being able to get into Harvard to not being able to get into stretch pants.
To the male psyche, when you do something nice for a man, he is thinking, I am so amazing because you are doing this for me.
Straight away, the crazy eyes. Yes, we can all believe her. Yes, she's such a wonderful person.
What in the delusion?
Again, we're delusional? Right, but she blames all men. She's saying how things that she knows all men right? Women are constantly complaining, but no, it's all men who are entitled somehow. When you do something nice for a man, yes, he feels happy. How is that? Right? What's wrong with happy? Why? Why do you have to be mean to men? Because they're happy? Wow.
Say it again. If a woman does something nice for a man, he
Sorry. Now, get ready for the meanest, ugliest take of all time.
Are you serious? Because if someone does something nice for me, that reflects nothing on me. That means that they are amazing. Not
There it is, folks. Everything's about me.
I. So if you needed any other reason not to do anything special for a man who doesn't deserve it, because you're just inflating his ego.
Inflating his ego. So, someone who clearly does not have a man is complaining. Oh no. This is all TikTok garbage.
Of yourself. This is confirmed, by the way. I have a girlfriend who...
There you go! She is not speaking from personal experience. This is just something she's made up in her head and she's now confirmed it. Oh, my theory is confirmed for a girlfriend who made a meal for her boyfriend. So, she's giving us... Oh, man, these people.
Kids, the Royal Order of Sour Grapes for having a raisin for a brain. Shut up, foul west quick.
When you become that nice and understanding idiot, a man will show you how you should be giving him pain, because he's going to give you pain first. Since you want to be that nice and understanding girl, aka idiot, he will show you how stupid you are for doing so. Ghosting you, he's giving you pain. Slow texting you after you just text him super fast, he's giving you pain. Canceling the dates on you, he's giving you pain.
They're just sour. These are all just sour grapes, but...
Not making you priority, he's giving you pain.
See, there it is. It's always about them. I'm sorry, dear, I gotta work tonight. And he's giving me pain.
Because you are the nice and understanding idiot.
No, because he has a job and you do not pay him to be your servant.
If someone was being a nice and understanding person to me, I'm going to give them pain too. Because I don't
There it is. She just wants to justify being mean.
take them seriously.
See, this is why you can't deal with women. This is why everything is so confusing. They're always trying to get one up on you. And you always have these awful people out there encouraging other women to be awful. Even though it's not their personal experience, they just want to be mean because they heard some horror story. Now, remember, the majority of relationships do not fail because the guy was mean. Okay, it fails because He didn't bring her enough money. It's always about the money.
I'm not thinking about them. They're always there. They're not going nowhere.
She's not thinking, that's for sure. And she goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Come on. Really? All right. Let's see.
That's why you in that predicament now. Because you worrying about what he's going to think.
Yeah, it's always about you, isn't it? Too late, too late. Is there such a thing as extra chromie privilege? Oh, yes, there is. It's Greta Thunberg. She's living proof.
No. Maggie, what the fuck are you talking about? Look, stay with me. Empathy for men, 9 times out of 10, gets you exploited. Because
emotional damage.
Really? 9 times out of 10? Yeah, only 58. What? The one time you dated your brother, you got exploited.
they don't feel empathy.
Oh, we're psychopaths now, are we? Oh, okay. So I guess all those men having emotional breakdowns in court because the government, because the wicked witch has gone into court, told her a bunch of lies, and some female expert stood up and says, she has all the signs of an abusive relationship, Your Honor. And the judge goes, oh, I most certainly agree. Give her everything.
Saw a TikTok and this girl was like, my friend felt bad being on a dating app because these...
Oh, so her life experience is TikTok. Here I was thinking it was the backseat with her brother.
Men who are maybe not that attractive.
Says the garden tool from a little less than quality, say, from Timu.
Aren't finding anything. And she felt...
Well, so her ugly girlfriend was turning down average guys because she thinks she deserves Mr. 6 foot, 6 inch, 6 pack.
Felt bad for them, which is all well and good until you remember that a man would never ever have that thought about an unattractive woman. And
you don't have that thought about unattractive men. Go to clearly, you went to the school of mean girls, narcissism. You think you're Alicia Silverstone. Well, you're a stone. You're a stonefish.
if he did, he has to make it known that, oh, I just wanted to hit.
So, which bro culture movie did you watch and decide that was reality?
Put a bag over your head. I just wanted to hit.
Yeah, and?
That is how men treat ugly women. They don't...
Well, you are toxic, you're entitled, and you're disloyal. What do you bring to the table?
Don't feel sympathy for them. They don't feel empathy for them. They look...
Because they're broken. And who broke them?
Look at you like a toy.
That's because you treat yourself as a toy. I'm about to burst another people's bubble. Do you know how many sex workers there are in the world? It is an estimated 25% of women under 35. girls as young as 11 sell themselves, not because they're forced, but because they want that makeup kit, or they want those shoes, or they want those concert tickets. You ask yourself, how many of these girls could really, truly afford Taylor Swift tickets? And why? The amount of money, of course, spent every year on brainwashing is incredible. And if I had a multi-million-dollar PR firm putting my face out there every day, which is why almost every YouTuber for the last 15 years has asked you to share their videos, because if others see that, that's what, it's the same with likes. If others see social approval, okay? The majority of people need social approval. Not just women, right? The vast amount, I would say about 90% of women need social approval, maybe 70%. It depends on their level of education. The more educated someone is, the more social approval they need. But with men, yes, we do need social approval. We chase social approval. If you do not understand how social approval sells mgtow, right? This is why Hassan Piker has 50,000 bots, according to other YouTubers. This is why, if you go back in the day, when there were far less influencers than there are now, I mean literally far less, when YouTube accounts were only a few million. The competition was so fierce, we can guarantee, right, the people who won YouTube 12 years ago are still winning YouTube. Because they have perfected the formula of pretty privilege. Except for a few who use the formula of posting every day no matter what. But those things that worked for Asmund Gold, Hassan Piker, the Young Turks, they are being replaced by slowly younger, sleeker operations until recently, like when YouTube seemed to put their thumb on the scale again and wipe out a whole bunch of Russian and Indian and Chinese influencers. But it's going to happen, right? People are going to more and more start to see high powered productions because YouTube is now the number one platform. And you're going to see more 2 minutes of hate from these delusional feminists who put out TikTok videos every day to spew their 2 minutes of hate. And it's without a doubt, they have no life.
Saw a different video a while ago. I think I actually reposted.
And again, it's because she saw it on a video.
Kids, the Royal Order of Sour Grapes for having a raisin for a brain. Shut up,
All right. Whoops. He doesn't deserve it.
And one thing about me that is very important information is that I always have the time.
Straight away, off the buff. I always have the time. Normally it's making men uncomfortable.
I always have the time. I love confrontation.
No shit! We have have an honest feminist, everybody.
And if you give me an opening to let me tell you what I'm thinking,
you go ahead. What are you thinking? No, you're not. Let me interrupt. You're not thinking. You are pontificating recall from another TikTok video. Just like the other broken garden tools.
I will absolutely take it. Because
you're a complete and utter narcissist who has to remind you every day that she's a mean girl. And remember, mean people, right, can dish it out. Most of the time, these women can take it because look at her. She is divorced. Everything they say is a confession. Every accusation by a feminist is a confession.
Why did this man, who was trying to talk to my homegirl over the...
So it's her, not even her this time. It's her homegirl. It's my pet. How dare you talk to my pet? So you're the ugly girl, right? So the ugly girl is jealous. So she gets her opportunity to interrupt a relationship because she lives, like I said, right, once upon a time. This is why, an armed society is a polite society. Should be a corpse on the side of the road in the Roman Empire, and nobody, right? Women would actually circle the body and spit on her, right? That's for ruining my life, okay? Mean girls used to be cut down, right? Gossips in the Roman Empire like this would be beheaded. Women would go to the Romans and say, behead the witch. Right? That's what a witch was. Right? It was a mean girl who had no sympathy, no empathy. She could scream and howl, and no matter what you would say to her, she would always say all these horrible things about you. So this is why they don't want you to know history. They don't want you to understand that there was once upon a time men who stood proud and women who stood proudly with them or behind them.
Weekend, he was not getting the hint that she did not want to talk to him.
Maybe he was concerned for her health and well-being. But no, that's me. And she's doing the bird hands off screen, if you notice.
I don't know what he was missing, all the social cues, okay?
We're supposed to take in social cues. Yeah. Okay, as someone who has social anxiety, I know that many men, social cues. Why? Why should we take hints and social cues when those are at best mixed signals? This is the problem, right? You all make assumptions every day. And it happens when you get 3-4 people in a room anyway. You're always going to end up with someone talking over each other. Although sometimes you'll get the conversation split into two and everybody else will leave. That's a coward's way out, I guess. But in reality, women don't back and forth. And trust me, they've heard every word. But social cues? Nah, women don't give me social cues. They just put up their hand and they'll mean girl face you, right? But over the telephone, how does that work?
It's not going well for him.
You're worse than me. You're waffling on, okay? You're waffling on. Oh my God, they're packing on the ads. Oh.
Kids, the Royal Order of Sour Grapes for having a raisin for a brain. Son of a
And stop being nice to men. Yes. Stop being nice to men. You know why? Because the man will take it as you're flirting with him, that you want him. Men don't understand.
Immature boys do that, absolutely. But how many girls, right, go to a rock concert they see the singer point to the crowd and she says, "Oh, he's pointing at me." And she'll stalk him for years without him knowing it. So come on, lady. You are, let's face it, cue ball here is...
Kids, the Royal Order of Sour Grapes for having a raisin for a brain.
Now we're getting to the real meat and potatoes of the mean girl. Okay? Now she wants to inflict emotional damage, right? The society, there's reasons now you understand why free speech was never allowed until the modern era. Even in the great age of liberalism, academics could speak freely, but not the social. I forget. I know in Rome it was the plebs, but I forget the Greek name for it. But yeah, the academics, which is where Greek came from, they had the right to speak freely in the forum. And I think in the forum, anybody had the right to speak freely. But I do not think in everyday life you ever had the right to speak freely. Even in the UK, it's always been, since Cromwell, the Speaker's Corner. I don't know exactly where or how this came about. I don't always remember off the top of my head or research every topic every day. But usually when I make a video, I'm researching all the stuff that I'm bringing up to make sure I keep you up to date and as honest as I can be, given the amount of dishonesty and misleading information there is out there right now. So never take one source, especially Wikipedia, or even Google AI. Now, this fine young peach is going to tell us why men deserve nothing.
I don't know what about it just feels so fun and satisfying, but just the thought of knowing that a man has fear in his heart.
It's all about herself. What a shock. Right? Who had self? Well, you're obviously pure mgtow. Okay. Imani Fascist has put together a lot of hateful people, and it's easy to find on TikTok. And the more you search on TikTok, the more TikTok will bring the hateful to you. I mean, right now I'm still getting a lot of irrelevant results. And that's, if you look at it, it's because people hashtag all over the place with irrelevant hashtags. So if I ever find an irrelevant TikTok, I also bookmark it. So if I ever pull up a TikTok and I've seen the bookmark, I've used it or I've dismissed it, and I'll never use it. That's a good way, everybody, to sort through your TikToks. But I'm not going to play all these videos because I don't want a content strike. I know I've only seen it happen twice now to the same person, which leads me to believe content strikes are also willy-nilly handed out. But as I also think once they tell you what they're about, there's no point in listening to why and how they're gonna be mean. You just know they're gonna belittle you any way they can. You know, call you small dick, complain about your money, complain you're cheap, complain you're never there for them. Say, "Oh, but I had a sexual emergency. I had to bang your best friend. It was an accident." And of course, some woman in the comment section is going to go, "You were speaking from personal experience." No, I'm speaking from all the TikTok videos out there of women who say, and I see this every day, and I should bring some of them up on YouTube. Eventually, I should find you all these women who are justifying cheating on men. But right now, I'm finding lots of these videos about you can be meaner. Always be meaner. You can always be meaner. Right, here's another fine peach, and look what she's advertising. If you didn't notice, she's been a cliche Japanese schoolgirl. Except she hasn't got the sailor uniform on, because either she's too cheap or she's too scared. But trust me, a lot of these women are advertising themselves, right? They are probably most influencers, female influencers. Look at how many of the female influencers on YouTube now turn out to be OnlyFans hoes.
Nice to men in public, and often when people hear that, they think I'm saying that I'm blatantly mean to every man I interact with, or very rude and I don't say thank you when men hold the door for me. That's not the case.
Really? Then why are you saying it?
I'm more so saying I don't go out of my way to interact with or talk to men because
Okay, you're rude. Okay. If someone's nice and polite to you, and you don't know them, there is no reason to be mean. There's no reason to ignore people who are nice to you. Heck, I have strangers sometimes greet me in the streets, and I say hello, and I greet them, because that is what the neighborly thing is to do. It is politeness. But as we get further and further away from the 60s, remember, the further we get away from all civilization, we are entering the phase of techno-barbarianism, and I believe eventually I would gladly fundraise millions of dollars for you to come and be refugees in Australia and live on mgtow paradise and be farmers for the rest of your life. But alas, that ain't gonna happen. None of us have got the money, and my government would turn you all away from being just too white. I'll probably be the one ending up being a refugee. But she's just been blatantly rude. Why? That's right, Daddy didn't spank her.
ignore people.
One of the biggest compliments that you can receive as a woman from a man is being called mean.
Right, where are all the good men? Where are all the good men, they say? And what happens? You be mean to them. You wonder where all the good men are. But she's from the streets. Look at her, right? And look at this. Notice they're all wearing the broken star. This is starting to be a thing.
Men love mean women.
There it goes. Repeating TikTok videos. This means there's a script out there, gentlemen, and they're all just repeating it.
Men love women that have boundaries and standards and stand on business.
That's not being mean. That's being good. See, you don't get it. With your Bakuki glasses. Surprised she hasn't got the nose ring, but she's got the flair. She's got the crushed septum. She's got the earrings. Got everything but she's got the hair covered, which was an older feminist thing.
Is who's not afraid to leave, who keeps them on their toes.
Nope, that is the few. That last bit is again the few, not the many. But if you treated a woman like this,
you was crying like a pussy. Yeah.
Shut up!
Whoops, that came out a bit late.
I finally understand why you can't be nice to men. Men will literally take advantage of everything.
Maybe the mafia, the government, the corporation, but is that not human behavior? I mean, where's your... You're doing Dutch angles, you got rouge on, you got all the makeup, you got expensive hairdo. Actually, by the looks of it, she's actually one of the few we've seen with clean hair. And then again, someone's going to point out that's a weave. That's correct. Have a look. I wish I could zoom this without getting distorted, but yes, look at the hairline. She's bald. She's got a weave. But it's clean. And she actually clean clothes. Not many tattoos. Does appear to even have a crushed septum. So, and no piercings. So, she's a TikTok influencer who's repeating script.
When I say advantage, do not be the nice girl. If it's one thing I've learned, is being the nice girl doesn't get you nowhere.
Shut up!
A few days ago, I made a video where I was talking sort of obliquely about the fact that now, in the wake of my feminist awakening, my default position is that I don't care about men's feelings.
Okay, wait. I think I spelled that wrong. Let's see. Obliquely. In an oblique direction. Indirect. Right. I don't think she's using the word properly. That's all.
So a few days ago, I made a video where I was talking sort of obliquely about...
Talking sort of obliquely. So you were not direct. You were hinting. You were obtuse, actually. Right? And you're being obtuse now. Right? Her feminist awakening. Let's go for she had sex with another woman for the first time.
You like eating red carpet, tough guy?
Yes!
Say you like eating red carpet!
I like eating red carpet!
Giggity.
The fact that now, in the wake of my feminist awakening,
A feminist awakening? A feminist? Looking off camera, she's looking for approval. Okay.
My default position is that I don't care about men's feelings. I don't care about men's feelings. And that is a position that is a place I had to arrive at after a lot of self-work.
So, she did not suffer, right? She watched TikTok videos and brainwashed herself into being a feminist and a sociopath. When you have no empathy, you're a sociopath. And you're the sort of person who'll stand on the side of the road, look at a beheaded man and say, "Get up and go to war. I need you to bring me another mule for the field."
Shut up!
So she had to talk herself into being a feminist and talk herself into being a sociopath. So you see, it's a mental illness, but it's one they inflict upon themselves deliberately. And then they'll go on and on and on and on.
Super exciting because we just got our Foxwood interval cruise back in stock.
Just one more thing.
Default is, I don't care about your feelings. I'm not going to show you empathy. I will treat you like a person when you prove to me that you value personhood more than power.
Screw your feminism.
Projection. Pure, classic projection. All right.
Let me say this loud and clear. Women need to stop having empathy for men completely. Not some men, not the so-called good ones.
Nose piercings, fading looks, over obesity.
Kids, the Royal Order of Sour Grapes for having a raisin for a brain. Shut up, fellow restless.
Yeah, according to her, we're broken and deserve no sympathy. But what is she? What is she? Projecting. Yes, a broken garden tool projecting. She can't keep no man, so you can't have one either.
I will never have compassion towards men because men are the same people that when a woman gets gripped, they keep asking, what did she wear? It's her fault. When a woman dies at her boyfriend's house or at a man's house, what are you doing at a man's house? It's your fault. That's why you're in a man's house. That's why you're...
They chase the bad boy, right? They go to the drug dealer's house and then wonder why the criminal is a criminal. As she's getting all the makeup on, she's got the hair remover. God, lady, put more hair remover on. It's not working. Please. Yeah, we all know you're getting ready, just do an OnlyFans shoot, getting all dolled up, right? And then complaining the same thing over and over again, that men will, all men sexually assault women. That's Africa. Yes, China has the highest sexual assault rate in the world, but still, like, look at who you chase. Look at what you do. If you are treating men with no respect, what happens to society? You earn no respect.
Shut up!
Ladies, let's be real. We've been too damn nice to these men. And for what? They don't even like us. They like the free labor, the therapy, and the body. But our peace, our dreams, they treat those like a clearance rack.
Shut up!
People don't talk about the grief that comes along with being the good girl or being the nice girl because low-key, high-key, they think you're stupid. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling men and women who've been victims and perpetrators of abuse for many years now.
Oh, the expert. The tyranny of the expert, everyone. The expert who should not be disparaging people in public, but hey, she doesn't care. She thinks, so you go to her. This is what she thinks. She thinks you deserve nothing, that no sympathy, no respect. Doesn't matter how good you are, whether you're high value, low value, doesn't matter. You deserve nothing. You deserve no respect. This is what they're pumping out of universities now.
Shut up!
And I meant for the last 20, 30, 40 years. And of course, what's an Imani fascist video without the male simp? Please avoid these men. Because, dude, all these women that we just heard from think you, high value, low value, good man, allegedly, deserve no respect anyway. You will never get respect, right? They will eat the bucket of chicken in front of you. They will finish the watermelon. They will cheat on you and then say it's all your fault because you are an idiot. You deserve nothing because you are a man. You're not even a man. You're an ex-wife.
You are a dummy. Men will love you. Of course, no woman on this planet would say I'm a dummy. So let me explain to you what men see as a dummy. I can cross your boundaries and get away with it. Meaning that you will do all of the theatricals, you'll block me, whatever, I'll come back into your life a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and I get back whatever it is that I want. In a man's eyes, you're a dummy. I treat you bad consistently, you cry, whatever, but you still take me back. You're a dummy. You try to put all of these boundaries in place, but you never stick to it. You're a dummy. Every time I take a step back and I distance, you come back chasing me, you're a dummy. Men love these type of women because they can basically do anything and get away with it. That's why I personally always encourage women to, when you're disrespected, when your boundaries are crossed, leave, because if he does that and you go back to him, essentially you're teaching him that you are willing to tolerate that, and he's going to do it again and again and again. This is why men rarely change.
No, this is why black men never really change, because you have all the social privilege because you stand out. But in Africa, you don't, so you flee Africa. That's why you would refuse to leave Jamaica and other countries and complain about colonizers. You're all hypocrites.
Shut up!
So, I hope I've impressed on you that women are truly not walking away from feminism, and that not all women are chameleons about it either. They're just not calling them. Most of them don't call themselves feminists anymore. That is true. But they are indeed. Thank you to all those who reminded me in past videos that they are chameleons, and I should have agreed with you, but I was trying to build up a series of videos. I did not present it well. I'm sorry. You are all correct. They are just being chameleons. So thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please support the channel. You support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. I appreciate each and every one of you. And honestly, I hope none of you ever stop being nice men. Right? But yes, of course, there are times you're going to have to be, I wouldn't say mean, blunt, direct. And women hate that. They want their feelings stroked. Well, forget about it. See you in the next video. Bye for now.